Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I'm platooned up with Hoops. We are in our American tank destroyers. He's in his E4, I'm in my E3, and honestly the more I play the E3, the more I enjoy it. And honestly that goes for any tier 10 that I have. The more I play it, the more I get used to like his strengths and weaknesses. You get used to it, you get better in it, and I tend to start to enjoy it. And honestly, lately, heavily armored tanks, I guess, have been my niche. I used to love mediums, driving around, flanking, supporting heavy tanks. But unfortunately, nowadays, it just seems when I'm in my medium tanks, my heavy tanks never push anywhere, so I'm just left trying to outspot the enemy, get cheeky shots in, but there's really no heavies to support. And I make it sound like it's every game. It's not, but it definitely seems like a lot of heavy tanks don't want to actually use their armor and hit points to advance the team, and that just makes it more difficult for mediums. Alright, so we're on Overlord, and there's one rule on Overlord, and that is don't go to the beach. Not a big fan of sitting in the back either, but I understand that like squishy tank destroyers can get nice shots into things that are trying to come over hills that are flanking us. So missed my first shot in the SU-101, and honestly that could just be the RNG that I'm going to get this game. Alright, so there's a charioteer and an AT-15 back there. Get a nice shot into that AT-15. You can see they're all piling up in E0. Getting ready to pop over. I definitely don't want to have my side to them. So the Conqueror takes my loader, and as soon as I turn to get my armor facing them, the charioteer hits me in the side. So I bounce that shot. And the E3 is not mobile, so it's tough to try to cover two angles at once. Looking for shots on that Conqueror. We got a good start. It's 3-1. We figure, we just hold this, force their hand here, and we should be pretty solid. So the thing about the E3 is you have a lot of armor. However, ridge lines are not your friend because your lower plate is a weakness. Not to mention getting tracked. So if you get tracked trying to attempt to drive over a hill, that's going to leave you vulnerable. So even though you have a lot of armor, it's hard to push in this tank unless you're in like a city corridor. This Conqueror is doing a fantastic job of staying hull down. And now they have taken the lead. And you can see it, they came up from the beach already and started getting flanking shots into our team. I mean, we got a lot of tanks on the JK line, not to mention the guys in H4, so anything coming off the beach should be in a pincer, and maybe they got some stragglers, but we should be solid down there. And then it looks like the two guys in H5 decide to drive down towards the red team, throw their tanks away, so now we're down 3-6. This Conqueror won't give me a shot. He's just baiting me, hoping that I shoot. And I have HE loaded, buddy. So you take 325 damage. Alright, so at this point I let Hoops know that they're probably going to be coming in behind us soon. So we have to think about making a play here. So he tells me to drive up to him. And I let him know if I do that, all these tanks are probably going to rush over and just fill my side up. So I won't be able to do that. Right as I pull the trigger, the Conqueror moves down, or right before I should say, and I pull forward and an HE explodes right behind my engine deck. Alright, so it's down 3-7, and I mean, this is looking pretty bleak. We have tanks behind us, so we have to kill the ones in front of us if we want to even have a shot at this. So I give the Conqueror another HE shell for 300. The Scout comes in, gets 2 shots into me, and then the SU-101 comes over the hill. And I'm just not loaded in time, and now I'm on a sliver of health. But their aggressive push has brought it back within 1 tank, so that actually helped us out. If they were more patient and took their time, they probably would have been able to dispatch this game pretty easily. So as I come over, I bump into the AT-15 and break my track off, and I'm hoping that the AT-15 is taken care of and I won't have to worry about him. The E-75 tries to ram me for the rest of my health, but since I'm backing up and I'm a heavily armored tank destroyer, he doesn't have enough power to get it done. This AT-15 is going to go for a lower plate shot and he hits the dead tank's barrel. That's funny. Alright, so the Unthinkable, like, there is no way. The whole time I'm just telling Hoops, yeah, we're done. This is pretty much over. He's just telling me to buckle down and keep my head in the game. We can get through it. Now my gun's broke, and this is going to be pretty difficult. I'm pretty sure that FV-215B is shooting Hesh. And even though I'm heavily armored, I can't really take a Hesh shell. So the Bat Chat comes over for another shot, and my Waffle shuts him down. Great shot there. Clutch shot for the Waffle. We take the lead. Then my Wizard 111 GFT shuts down their fatherland. And where they had a nice pincer maneuver going, they've all but thrown that away. However, it's not over yet, so still got to be careful. That time the FE-215B didn't shoot an HE round at me. So I'm just guessing now. Maybe he'll switch back. I'm not 100% sure. Like, he wanted to shoot at the E100 with his APCR. I'm just going to get aimed at this ridgeline. If he pops his head up, we're going to let her rip. Hopefully get through there. I just don't feel confident in the gun here, especially since it's broken. as long as I don't shoot, I have the stopping power. They're not really going to pull out in front of a E3, even if I have low health. My gun still works, so they can get damaged by my gun. If I pull my trigger and miss, then they potentially can push on my E100 and Hoops. But Hoops goes through the middle, comes around, slaps the FE215B. Beautiful move on his part. I come over the ridge, put an APCR round right in the side of that 705A's head, and then on we go to the 2 heavy tanks in the back. So now they're kind of in our scenario that me and Hoops were in, where they're about to get flanked, so they need to push in and take care of the one side of the map. That way they can defend against us and get a nice shot right into that Type 5 heavy. Unfortunately, the broken gun rears its head there and I miss my shot. Bounce off there. We're only up by 1. No idea where that shell goes. Not complaining about it. It is a Type 5 heavy. I have a broken gun. God knows where that shell went, and if it didn't hit a spot on the Type 5 that was pennable, then whatever. I figured there was going to be another opportunity, and sure enough there is. Shut him down. And I'm just, at this point, I'm just thanking Hoops for keeping my head on straight. And I'm like, just asking him, how did we get through that? Now, it wasn't just us. It definitely, with the help of the E100 and the Waffles clutch shot there. And the red team's, whatever that was, first they outnumber us. They're pincering us, yet they don't press us down. And then half of them come over to try to kill me and get punished for it. I don't know. It's a lot of uncoordination of the red team, which allowed us to win this game. Alright, so as I approach him here, I'm just trying to bait a shot out of him. I don't want to expose my lower plate. I do feel pretty comfortable that we're going to win this, but you never know. He turns to look at me, throws a shell at me, gets shot in the side of the head, and now he's just starting to panic and back up. I'm going to put some pressure on him. He shoots at my top cap again, I think. I'm just going to carefully aim into the weak point, and sure enough, my bullet goes true this time. Shuts him down. And you guys, I got a lot of games coming up that I'm really excited for. I had to move this one up the list just because of how unthinkable it was to think that we were going to win that. So me and Hoops do 10K combined, along with 6 kills. Just an awesome game. It's really all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.